I have not seen you this excited for being here and doing the show in a long time, Robin.
You know, I am so excited. The funny thing is, Boris, we don't actually have a lot in common, but we have bonded over our love of the Property Brothers so many times. I just love the Property Brothers.
Well, good luck. Good news. We've got them on the phone right now.
That is good luck and good news.
Drew, we got to tell you guys, we've actually bonded over our love of Boris and Robin.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
That's so perfect. And we've done as much as you guys have. We've become that successful.
Wait, so Boris sat on Robin's head in the womb for 9 months?
Well, yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not.
It's a little close. But welcome to the show, guys. And I got to tell you, seriously, it's Property Brothers mania here in the Hudson Valley. You guys are filming the new season right here. And, I mean, we're getting Property Brothers sightings. People are going crazy. I mean, did you guys ever think that you would, be this big?
Well, I knew Drew was going to be that big, but I figured nobody would want to look at my face. We love, our fans are extremely passionate about the shows, and it's exciting and it's flattering, and the whole point of what we do is to try and inspire people and, get them to our shows in creative ways that they can get their own dream home, and especially when we do live events. We love our fans, and we're always happy to take a picture and sign an autograph. So it's been funny. We have had people who have found us as we're filming here, and we'll come out of a house and there'll be this small greeting party of families that want pictures. So it's really cute.
That's really cool. Now, is there anything different to filming here in the New York area than other places you've done the show? Have you noticed any difference?
Yeah, Jonathan finds a lot more people drive by, honk their horn, and say, "Hey, get that out of the way!" He's yelling them a lot more on the street. My clients always say to me, "I want to remove that wall, go to me." Yeah.
You know what?
And it's actually been great here. I mean, we live in Las Vegas, and so we're used to heat. So it's been a little cold up until now, but the last week has been gorgeous. I love the fact too that I mean, a lot of people think in New York it's all expensive condos, and they don't realize you just drive half an hour. We're shooting from the Bronx all the way up to Connecticut, and there are so many different styles of homes, different ages of homes. The communities are beautiful. That's what I love. It's giving a lot of variety for what we're going to be able to show our fans on HGTV.
You know how much you've changed my life? That I grew up calling these double homes, 2-family homes and duplexes. Now, semi-detached. I always call them, it's a semi-detached. You've actually changed the way I think about real estate.
You're such a professional. Have you ever caught yourself saying spa-like bathroom or something like that?
Open
you're addicted to limbs.
Now, like I said, we had a lot of people, very excited that you're going to be on the air with us today. And we've got tons of questions from, listeners and stuff. And people have been sending us all this information. I got to go through some of this and see if some of this is true, because it seems like the two of you guys have lived already the most exciting life. There's all these things here that I got to see if these are true or not. First of all, Jonathan, are you really a magician?
That's right. I am. Actually started back when I was 8 years old as an apprentice clown. And Drew and I both actually did way back in the day. We were overachievers. And then, when I was probably about 12, 14, somewhere in there, I didn't like putting on all the makeup anymore. So I started doing more magic and clowning, and then won a whole bunch of awards and performed in Vegas and did everything.
Wow.
You're making our show sound good, magically.
That's my best trick.
Now, Drew, someone wrote in and says that you are like a professional bagpipe player?
Well, I don't know about professional, but Jonathan and I both played the bagpipes growing up. My dad is Scottish, and we're Scottish, and he really wanted us to learn the pipes, so we did. But I will. People always say women find musicians sexy, right? Yeah. Well, maybe if they wear the kilt the natural way. But Jonathan was actually better than I was, I will admit. He was definitely a better piper.
Now, you guys, from what I read here, too, is you both live in, this big mansion together, along with Drew's girlfriend. Is that true? Do you guys all, live together?
Yeah, we actually have bunk beds. We live in Vegas, and we actually sold our individual houses, and we got this big place. It's sort of like a family hub. We built a little guest house next door for my parents when they come into town, and I'm only home 2-3 weeks a year. Jonathan gets home a couple of times a month. So for us, we thought it'd be nice to have this sort of hub where all our family and friends can get together. But yeah, it's nice there. We shot a show on HGTV called Property Brothers at Home. It's actually the highest rated series that HGTV has ever aired in their 20 years of existence.
Wow.
And so apparently people like seeing what we would do to our own place. And I think they also like the fact that Jonathan put in this commercial-grade water slide in the house. With that show being as popular as it was, we discovered that my parents and our older brother are more popular than we are. That's why I raised so high.
I've actually seen the house because you had also an HGTV magazine, which I have a subscription to because of the Property Brothers.
You sound like a super fan. Right?
You would.
I am a super fan.
Have you ever been charged with stalking before? Is it something I should be worried about?
You might want some extra security at those houses that you're working on in our area. You see Robin standing outside, holding a big boom box over her head. Now, you actually are doing a cruise, too? Like, if you're not busy enough, like, shooting this, and you got Brother versus Brother coming up, you got all this stuff going on. So, tell me about this cruise you guys are doing.
Well, we thought, what is more exciting than hitting the Caribbean with 2,000 of our fans? So what we did is we put, for November 16th to 20th, we actually said we want to have all these 2,000 fans come with us out of Miami. We're going down south, and it's going to be educational. We're doing lectures. We're also just having fun, hanging out. Lots of karaoke. We have, also from HGTV, we have Jason Cameron. We have Jillian Harris from Love It or List It, the Junk Gypsies, our older brother JD. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But it's been selling out pretty fast. If anybody wants to go with us to that, sailingwiththescots.com is where they can get all the information.
Are you going to be renovating any of the cabins on the cruise?
Maybe. Some of those cruise ships, they look a little dated. They need some help.
It starts out as a little dinghy, but by the end of the cruise, it winds up to being this beautiful Carnival cruise ship.
Floating mansion.
Now, let's get back a little bit to the show. That you guys are are you like in the middle of filming still for all the Hudson Valley shows?
We are. Today we're actually doing a reveal. So we're doing 25 episodes in total between Property Brothers and Buying and Selling. So we're shooting here in Talaga.
Wow. Now, how long does it take, from the beginning when you meet the couple until the reveal that you're doing today?
It's a little bit different. Just depends on the couple and what they're looking for. For Property Brothers, it's a little longer. So the construction timelines are usually about 6 to 8 weeks, and the Buying and Selling construction timeline is usually anywhere from about a week and a half to 3 weeks. And we have a huge team. So we've got a team of realtors here that are out there scouring, looking for people who fit the criteria, preferably people who haven't seen the shows. And then the other thing that's a little confusing for people sometimes, too, is for the show on Property Brothers, for example, we only highlight 3 or 4 rooms. That's what the budget and the timeline are for. Usually we renovate the whole house inside and out, but that's a separate timeline, a separate budget. We just don't have, unless people want it to be a 3-hour show, we don't have time to show it all.
Yeah, I don't think Robin would mind.
I'd be just fine with that.
So now, I was surprised, because we heard the news that you guys were going to be in the area and you were looking for people that want to do homes. Like, this is the real deal. This isn't just made for TV. Like, these people have to actually either have a budget, they have to be looking for a home, and this is actually happening, what you're documenting.
Yeah, exactly. That all of the people that are on our shows are real people. They're not actors, and we want to make sure that you're getting that real emotion. And because these homeowners are paying, so Property Brothers, for example, say the budget's around $80,000. Well, production will give them about $10,000 cash usually, and try and get them $15,000 or $20,000 in free stuff like appliances. But the bulk of the budget is still being paid by the homeowners. So that's why you get the real emotion. That's why you get sometimes where they ask for crazy, ridiculous things, and they're serious. And so, yeah, when we go and we of course are editing down from weeks and weeks or months and months of shooting to just 40 minutes per episode, and you see the highs and lows, and it seems a lot worse than it is. I mean, the families have been great that we've been dealing with, and that's why I can't wait for these episodes to air. The casting, the houses, everybody here, it's been awesome.
When you said that you were looking for people preferably that haven't seen the show, is that so you can bring them into the house of their dreams and then tell them they can't afford it?
Basically, Jonathan was referring to how I love to crush the spirit.
That's my favorite.
Am I allowed to say Drew's an a-hole? Jonathan doesn't like that part of the show on Property Brothers where I show the dream home and then tell them they can't afford it, but it's sort of an exaggerated way for me to be able to bring people out of the clouds. Everyone wants to have their dream home, but realistically, the average American cannot afford their absolute dream home move-in ready. They just can't. That's the way it is, and what we're trying to do is show them that you can still have that through a fixer-upper.
But that's my favorite part of the show. I will sit there and I will actually freeze frame their face and get that moment where their dreams are crushed forever.
Yeah, and that's why Boris, you and I can relate. We're both jerks.
Cool. My second favorite part, though, is right before the reveal when you guys are arguing over the candy dish and the pillows and stuff like that, and you're running around with all the excitement.
It's an important part of design to eat half of the staging candy or fruit. It's very important.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. I know you got other stuff to do, and you're busy with the reveal and everything today. But we'll be watching. Now, when is this season going to start? Do you know yet when we're going to see these episodes that you're just finishing up here?
These will start airing late summer, early fall. But we're actually still casting for some of the episodes. We haven't fully cast. So if you have anyone out there who's listening who wants to be on Property Brothers or buying and selling, so if you're actually buying a home or if you're looking to sell yours to move on to a new place, be sure to check out the Facebook page for Property Brothers. All the details are on the page for how to apply. But we definitely want to see some more great families, more great houses here in the New York area.
Very cool. And we'll put all the information up at WPDH.com as well. And, hopefully we can talk again as you, start doing some more houses in the area.
And we'll be guests on your show if you want.
Yeah, I was going to say, Robin, we'll look for your application.
Okay.
Just look outside. She's standing there right now.
When Robin says she'll be watching, she means from the budget.
Drew and Jonathan, thanks so much for joining us. The Property Brothers. There you go.
Thanks.
All right.
Yay.